Time now for First Alert Weather with meteorologist Rob Nucatola.
Well, here we go with 24-hour temperature cast. Watch how the numbers climb from the 70s through the 80s and want to climb way up into the 90s. What could prevent temperatures from getting that hot would be some showers this afternoon, or at least could knock them down so they don't spend so many hours up near or over 95 degrees. But I think we're going to have to wait for some of those showers to actually materialize in spots this afternoon, and that likely means we do get to those mid-90s again. Not much on the radar picture just yet. Not much on the satellite picture either. Maybe a few clouds out there this morning. Most of the activity is still offshore, closer to where that energy is. Some of that moisture is making its way across parts of the peninsula, and Central Florida is going to get wet. We'll see how much of that moisture can move this way over the next couple of days, and if any of that energy can get here to help shake some showers out of the clouds. Now, one of the things that happens when you have some lower pressure off the Atlantic coast is the winds change direction and they start to come in more from the northeast or north. That typically brings in some drier air. Sometimes it can even bring in some cooler air. Now, I don't see a lot of cooler, but it is nice to see some of that drier. So we talk about additional moisture and you think, well, how can it be drier? And it has to do with what gets where. And first, the moisture is still off the coast. The drier air comes in well ahead of it, and that may limit what that moisture is able to do. So we've got things we've got to keep our eyes on. 75 degrees at the Tallahassee airport with a dew point of 66. Doesn't feel so icky, sticky, gross outside. 68 in Thomasville, 69 in Valdosta with dew points also in the mid-60s. That breeze will make it feel a little bit less sticky outside too. And we've got a nice little pocket of that drier air. Camilla, Moultrie, Valdosta, Tifton all at 69. Live Oak 66. Even Perry and Cross City at 70, or Quincy at 70. A little bit of that drier air helps the temperatures overnight get just a little tiny bit lower. That breeze likely stays from the northeast and the north most of this morning into the afternoon, and as long as it does have that north component to it, maybe we can at least keep the humidity under control a little bit. I don't expect to find any fog concerns, not when you bring it in drier air, not when you have a decent breeze. Now, that energy and that moisture is moving towards the Florida Peninsula, or at least to the northeast Florida coast, and eventually will work its way a little bit more towards us. Even if it never develops into anything, as it gets closer, we'll get that surge of moisture, we'll get that bit of energy, and hopefully that can help bring a few showers out of the clouds. There's going to be clouds at times today, even with a little bit of drier air in place. We're not dropping those dew points into the 50s. We're keeping them way up in the 60s, so that's still humid enough, just not that crazy, gross, icky, sticky that we can get this time of year. And while it doesn't look super impressive out there, it's still there, and we'll have to watch and see what it does. I do think at this point there's going to be some showers for the I-95 corridor today. Some of those could spread across the I-75 corridor, and over the next couple of days we start to get that Gulf Coast sea breeze, we start to get that extra moisture and energy, and those things working together should give us a few more scattered showers. But remember, we're talking scattered showers here. Not everybody gets wet all the time. Rain, there will be spots that don't see a single drop, and of course those are the spots that are going to spend lots of hours in the mid-90s. And I know we could all use the rain to help out those thirsty lawns, gardens, and greens. I don't think we're going to get the kind of rain that we need. Hopefully we'll get at least some showers in some spots to limit some of all that dry we've been dealing with. Now, the tropics are active, right? We've got that one piece of energy we've been talking about. We also have one that's down here moving towards the Yucatan that's also got a chance to develop. Here's what this one off the northeast Florida coast looks like. I mean, it looks like it's trying. There's no real organized core, at least not yet. They're going to send up the aircraft to investigate later on today, and we'll see what comes of it. So far, about a 50-50 chance for development. Now, this other one is more like a 40% chance now, but once it gets off land, I think that's actually got a better chance to develop a couple of days down the road. On the Gulf today, northeast winds 10 to 20, maybe still a little bit breezy, seas 2 to 4 feet. This morning it's 70s, a mixture of clouds and clear. I think the temperatures are going to quickly get to the mid-90s. I'll put the rain chances around 50-50. There should be some showers. It feels like eastern areas have the best shot. Tonight it's more muggy. The showers fizzle. We keep it partly cloudy. And if we can get the afternoon showers, and they should help to calm down or knock down the temperatures, but I still think a lot of us are going to have to wait till well into the afternoon for those showers to happen, and that means we're still going to get a lot of hot.